People can't stop asking about you, and it's not just curiosity, it's obsession. Your presence isn't just felt, it's seismic. You've got someone so deep in their feelings that it's shaking the foundation of everything around them. This isn't your average connection. It's the kind of bond that makes people uncomfortable, stirs envy, and demands attention. Jealousy is the echo of your power and the love they feel for you. Dangerous, not because it's reckless, but because it's transformative. Loving you is a firestorm, a relentless force that scorches through safety and mediocrity. You are the catalyst, the untamed energy that refuses the comfort of stillness. Loving you demands that they strip away their masks, revealing the raw, unvarnished truths they keep buried. In your light, their shadows twist and scream, forced to meet the clarity of your intensity. Being near you is a revolution in their existence. Every thought, every habit, every belief they once clung to is overturned, scrutinized, and burned away. You demand nothing less than their full evolution. Loving you is not a shift. It is an upheaval, a complete dismantling of who they were to become something they cannot yet comprehend. You are not a safe haven. You are a collision, an unrelenting force that smashes their defenses and calls them to rebuild from the ground up. They know that choosing you means losing everything that no longer serves them. It is a sacrifice, a painful purging of the old self to make room for the unrelenting brightness of your truth. Your existence declares war on complacency. You are the fire that purges weakness, the voice that shatters the silence, the unrelenting force that refuses to let them remain less than what they could become. You are not a sanctuary, you are a revolution. Comment below, I inspire transformation. For you are the storm that drives them to grow. The fire of jealousy burns brightest in the shadows cast by your connection. Together, you are an unyielding force, radiating power that cannot be ignored. You move with a confidence that shakes the ground beneath those who watch, and it unsettles them. Your presence together is not just seen, it is felt, a raw energy that threatens to eclipse everything around you. They hate it because it reminds them of their own limitations, of what they wish they could have but cannot grasp. Your union is a mirror, not for admiration, but for reflection. It forces others to confront what is absent in their lives, the depth, the intensity, the authenticity they crave but fear to pursue. Your strength together makes them see the cracks in their own foundations, and instead of repairing them, they choose resentment. Their envy feeds on the audacity of your bond, the way you amplify each other's light without apology. In social circles, you are an undeniable gravity. Your connection bends the dynamics around it, pulling focus, commanding attention, and leaving no space for mediocrity. They can't stand you together because you are everything they want to be and nothing they can ignore. Your existence together doesn't just spark jealousy, it sets their insecurities ablaze. Those who envy what you have will stop at nothing to fracture it. Their words are weapons, sharpened with malice, disguised as concern. They will spread lies, plant seeds of doubt, and twist truths into poison, hoping to see cracks form where none exist. They want your bond to fail because your strength exposes their own weakness. Their envy fuels an obsession with your energy. They mimic your movements, your demeanor, your fire, desperate to capture what sets you apart. But imitation only sharpens the contrast. In their attempts to overshadow you, they become hollow echoes of your power, drawing even more attention to the authenticity they lack. They wear your essence like a costume, but the fit is awkward, the fabric thin. Drama is their battlefield, and they wield chaos like a blunt instrument. They create conflicts, spread rumors, and manufacture scandals to shake the foundation of what you've built. Their goal is not to destroy you outright, but to erode your focus, to see if you falter under the weight of their distractions. Do not mistake their actions for strength. Jealousy is a desperate, flailing attempt to steal what they cannot earn. Their war against you is a confession of their own inadequacy. Your connection defies the status quo, breaking the unspoken rules that others cling to for comfort. Like the great loves that dared to challenge the expectations of their time, your bond stands tall against the waves of criticism, gossip, and malice. The more they try to shatter it, the more unbreakable it becomes. Their jealousy is a reflection of what they cannot possess, a love that cannot be bought, imitated, or diminished. The attacks only serve to strengthen your resolve. Each rumor, every calculated attempt to create division, becomes another testament to the resilience of what you've built. You are untouchable, not because you are immune to the world's chaos, but because your connection stands above it. Comment below, "Our love is untouchable." Sabotage does not announce itself. It hides in the shadows, cloaked in false smiles and hollow gestures. These saboteurs move in silence, pretending to care while plotting your downfall. They are the karmic connections sent to test your discernment, the ones who speak words of comfort while their actions drip with venom. Their loyalty is a mask, their intentions laced with betrayal. Jealous peers circle like vultures, feeding on scraps of your vulnerability. They envy the light you cast, despising the way it outshines their mediocrity. Their goal is not to rise, but to see you fall. They fan the flames of doubt, whispering lies that burn bridges and corrode trust. Every word they speak is calculated, every action designed to disrupt what you've built. Manipulators are the most insidious. They sow division with precision, planting seeds of suspicion in fertile ground. They twist truths, distort realities, and craft narratives to fracture your unity. They thrive in the chaos they create, feeding on the cracks they force into existence. Their purpose is not just to harm, it is to control, to reshape your connection into something they can exploit. Fake friends are not harmless. They are saboteurs, and their greatest weapon is your trust. See them clearly and cut them loose. That's why the Obsidian Inner Order was forged, for titans like you who refuse to be ordinary. This isn't some cozy, feel-good circle. It's a powerhouse council for those who bend reality to their will. Every week, over 450 dominators tap into electrifying calls that go beyond talk. They're the blueprints for elevation. And the best part? These aren't fleeting moments of inspiration. They're immortalized, recorded so you can lock and load whenever it's time to make your next power play. The private Discord, forget community. This is a sanctum of power, a crucible where the sharpest minds and spirits exchange wisdom that can't be found anywhere else. For those who crave mastery, you'll unlock the treasure trove of modern manifestation mechanics, our secret grimoire of cosmic strategies. With 3 chapters ready for members, you'll transform your space into a vortex of abundance, wield elemental spellcraft to reshape the material world, and channel forces beyond comprehension to rise above the ordinary. And there's more. Raw, unfiltered interviews with real targeted individuals and video drops so disruptive they shake the digital overlords to their core. This isn't just a membership, it's a movement of chosen ones, a sanctuary where ascension isn't just a promise. It's the new baseline. Are you ready to stop seeking and start claiming? The path is here. The rise begins now. The link is in the description below. Step into your throne. Sabotage is a subtle blade, cutting before you even see it coming. Watch for those who pry too deeply, their curiosity a mask for manipulation. They ask invasive questions under the guise of care, probing for weaknesses in your connection. Their interest isn't genuine, it's predatory, seeking cracks to exploit. They twist your answers into weapons, their silence between questions louder than their words. Rumors are their chosen poison, crafted with precision and delivered with a feigned innocence. They disguise lies as advice, their words laced with doubt, and their intentions cloaked in concern. "I thought you should know," they'll say, planting seeds of discord that grow into walls. Their version of the truth isn't yours. It's theirs, designed to align with their agenda, not your reality. Then come the distractions, carefully constructed to pull focus. Plans and situations are orchestrated to steal time, to create distance, to breed misunderstanding. They manufacture chaos, setting traps meant to erode the unity you fought to build. These aren't accidents, they are calculated acts of sabotage. You are not paranoid. These signs are real, and they are warnings. Stay sharp, stay grounded, and recognize when the hand extended toward you is there to pull you down. Your intuition is your armor. It speaks in whispers, a knowing that sharpens when faced with deception. Trust it. When their energy feels off, when their smiles stretch too thin, your instincts are already warning you. Fake intentions cannot hide from the clarity of your inner voice. Pay attention. It's not paranoia, it's protection. Boundaries are not walls of weakness, they are fortresses of strength. Distance yourself from those who sow seeds of chaos, who thrive on negativity. Cut their access to your energy and do it without guilt. Every time you entertain their drama, you sacrifice a piece of your peace. They don't deserve your time, your attention, or your vulnerability. Boundaries aren't cruel, they are necessary. The manipulative energies like Iago in Othello twist the truth and erode trust from the inside out. They plant doubt, weave lies, and use your openness as a weapon against you. The lesson is simple but unyielding. Recognize the patterns before they destroy what you value. Do not engage with their schemes. Neutralize their power by refusing to play their game. Drop a comment. Boundaries protect my peace. Guard your energy fiercely, for your peace is the foundation of everything you are building. Do not let anyone shatter it. The war inside them is relentless, a battle between what they feel and the noise clawing at their resolve. Their emotions pull them toward you with an intensity they cannot deny, but the external pressures scream for their attention, casting doubt and fear like shadowed weapons. They are caught in a storm of contradictions, longing for the light of your connection while fearing the price it demands. To be with you is to shatter the chains of their toxic patterns and the grip of unhealthy influences. It forces them to confront the comfort of dysfunction and the false security of familiarity. Leaving behind those who no longer serve them is not easy. It's an exodus, a stripping away of illusions, and it terrifies them. The people and patterns they've outgrown hold tight, pulling them back into the depths of mediocrity. This is not a choice between right and wrong, it's a reckoning with who they want to become. The turmoil they feel is the fire of transformation, a sign that the life they've known no longer fits. It is raw, it is painful, and it is necessary. They cannot have both. They must choose. Will they rise, or will they surrender to the noise? Their first response is doubt, a gnawing question clawing at their confidence. Are they worthy of this connection? Your presence is a spotlight that illuminates their insecurities, forcing them to confront the gaps in their self-belief. They scrutinize themselves under an unforgiving lens, magnifying flaws that might not even exist. Doubt doesn't just whisper, it screams, drowning out the quiet truths they know deep inside. Overthinking follows like a relentless storm. Their minds race through every possible scenario, twisting outcomes into impossible knots. What will others say? How will they handle the weight of expectations? They create endless hurdles in their minds, building obstacles out of assumptions and fears. Overthinking isn't preparation, it's paralysis, a loop that keeps them from stepping into what could be. Resistance is their final line of defense. Fear grips them, pulling them back when their emotions beg them to move forward. They retreat, testing the limits of their resolve, only to find that distance amplifies the pull. No matter how hard they try to run, they are tethered to the undeniable force of what they feel. Resistance collapses under the weight of realization. They can't stay away. Their process is messy, raw, and human. Doubt, overthinking, resistance, it all leads to the truth they cannot ignore. The breakthrough is sudden, like a dam shattering under the weight of denial. They realize the truth they've been too afraid to face. Losing you is the only fear that eclipses all others. Every challenge, every obstacle, every external force that once seemed insurmountable pales in comparison to the void your absence would create. It's not just about love. It's about the gravity of what you represent. Growth, truth, and a fire that cannot be extinguished. This is not a moment of peace. It's an eruption. Their emotions, chaotic and relentless, clash like thunder in their chest. They've battled the noise of their doubts, the weight of expectations, and the pull of fear. But in this instant, clarity emerges, sharp and undeniable. The cost of walking away is too great, and they cannot bear the emptiness it would leave behind. The conflict within them is not erased, it is transformed. Like Blanche in a streetcar named Desire, they see their emotions for what they are, both chaos and power. Strength lies in embracing the storm, in facing what terrifies them most. And what terrifies them is the thought of a life without the connection that has redefined everything. They step forward, not without fear, but with unshakable resolve. Your energy is not a spark, it's a wildfire. It commands attention without asking for it, consuming every space with its unapologetic authenticity. You live in your truth, raw and unfiltered, and that truth is magnetic. They can't look away because what you are is so rare, a force that exists without pretense or compromise. Authenticity isn't just attractive, it's irresistible. It speaks to the parts of them they've hidden, daring them to live as boldly as you do. Your strength isn't in what you say, it's in what you've endured and overcome. You've walked through storms that would have broken them, and you came out sharper, brighter, unyielding. They don't just admire you, they draw hope from you. In your resilience, they see a roadmap for their own survival, a reminder that the obstacles they face are not insurmountable. Your presence inspires them to rise, to believe they are capable of more than they've allowed themselves to be. Your charisma is effortless, an unteachable essence that radiates without effort. You don't chase attention, it follows you, drawn to the gravitational pull of your authenticity and strength. They can't let go because you are not an option, you are a phenomenon. Let them orbit, but know the sun does not depend on the planets to shine. You are not a fleeting moment, you are a force that reshapes their reality. Being drawn to you is not a choice, it is a gravitational pull. You represent a life and a love they have never touched, but have always yearned for. You are the embodiment of possibility, the living proof that there is more to life than what they've settled for. Your presence demands transformation, and they feel it in their very bones. Even in your absence, your energy does not fade. It lingers like an echo in the deepest chambers of their mind. It influences their thoughts, reshapes their decisions, and alters their path without effort on your part. They catch themselves thinking differently, moving differently, living with a spark they hadn't known before you. You are the catalyst, the unseen force that redefines their understanding of connection. Like Orpheus's music reaching Eurydice in the underworld, your energy defies separation. It transcends distance, breaking through the barriers of time, space, and resistance. Your light cannot be ignored. It seeps into every corner of their existence. Declare it now in the comments. I radiate undeniable energy, for your power is not only magnetic, it is transformative, and it changes everything it touches. The moment they choose you is a firestorm of clarity. It is the sudden realization that your value is not negotiable, not replicable, and not something they can afford to lose. You are not just an option, you are the rarest of opportunities, the kind that changes everything. In that instant, their fears crumble under the weight of what they stand to gain, and hesitation is no longer an option. Their awakening is brutal and undeniable. They see with unflinching clarity the toxic influences they've allowed to chain them. The people who thrive on their stagnation, the habits that feed their fears, the comforts that keep them small, all of it is exposed for the prison it has always been. Choosing you means breaking those chains, and for the first time, they see freedom on the other side. You are the embodiment of authenticity, and they crave it with every part of their being. The falsehoods they've lived and the facades they've worn no longer serve them. They want a connection that aligns with the depths of their soul, and you are the living truth they've been seeking. When they choose you, it's not just a decision, it's a revolution. They step forward into the fire, ready to rise with you. This decision is not subtle, it's a reckoning. They cut ties with the toxic influences that once held them captive, severing every bond that drags them back into mediocrity. They confront the manipulators, the naysayers, and the habits that fed their fears, burning those bridges with unapologetic resolve. Their choice is clear. They are done compromising their future for the comfort of the past. Boldness defines their every move. They don't just speak of commitment, they prove it with unflinching action. Words give way to deeds as they step into the fire of transformation, demonstrating that they are ready to match the intensity you bring. They show up differently, not for show, but because their resolve demands it. Their efforts are tangible, undeniable, and rooted in the truth of what they feel. Their actions align seamlessly with their emotions, forging a bond that grows stronger with every choice they make. This is not a half-hearted attempt. It is a full surrender to the truth of your connection. Their alignment with their feelings isn't just emotional. It's strategic, intentional, and unshakable. They've chosen, and their decision is a declaration. Nothing will stand in the way of what they are building with you. This is how commitment becomes unbreakable. The leap toward you is not a step. It's a freefall, a deliberate defiance of fear. They shed the weight of their doubts, casting aside every hesitation that once held them captive. This is not just about loving you, it's about choosing truth over comfort, passion over predictability. Their fear no longer controls them, it fuels their transformation. Rebuilding trust becomes their mission if distance or damage has fractured the connection. They don't shy away from the work. They meet it head-on, brick by brick, word by word. Apologies are not whispered, they are shouted with action. They rebuild not to erase the past, but to strengthen the future. This bond will not just heal, it will thrive. Their sacrifices are not losses, they are investments in growth. They walk away from what no longer serves them, severing ties with outdated habits, toxic relationships, and anything that dims their light. This leap is not easy, it is excruciatingly raw, but they understand that their love for you demands a higher version of themselves. This leap isn't just about you, it's about them claiming their power, owning their authenticity, and stepping into the life they've always been capable of. Like Rochester choosing Jane, they embrace what is real, fierce, and true. This leap changes everything. The challenges you face are not walls, they are thresholds. Every obstacle tests your resilience, your conviction, your ability to hold fast to what is yours. This isn't about proving your worth. It's about sharpening your focus, aligning your energy, and trusting the process. What's meant for you is not fragile. It cannot be stolen, delayed, or destroyed. It will carve its way through the noise, through the interference, until it stands undeniable before you. Staying grounded is not passive. It's an act of defiance. Keep your focus sharp and your purpose unshakable. Let the winds howl. Let the doubters chatter. Their noise is irrelevant to the power of your path. Do not feed their negativity with your attention. Rise above it. Their opinions are fleeting, but your destiny is eternal. Patience isn't waiting. It's preparation. Divine timing is not random. It is precise, aligning the right moment with the right opportunity. Trust that the unfolding is perfect, even when the process feels slow or chaotic. Let go of the need to control every detail. Your role is not to force, it is to move with unwavering certainty that what is yours will come. You are chosen. Your light is not a flicker but a blaze, and it was never meant to be hidden. Stop shrinking for the comfort of others. Stop dimming yourself to avoid their envy or discomfort. Their jealousy is not your burden. It's confirmation of your power. When the noise around you grows loud, take it as evidence that you're moving in alignment with something extraordinary. Only the brightest lights attract the most attention. Trust the process unfolding around you. The challenges, the resistance, even the betrayals are all sharpening you into something unbreakable. Stay true to who you are, because nothing is more magnetic than authenticity. You don't need to chase. What's meant for you will always gravitate toward you. No one can steal it, delay it, or diminish its arrival. You are powerful, loved, and untouchable. Your energy is a force, undeniable and protected. Speak your truth, walk in your strength, and refuse to apologize for the magnitude of your impact. Share your story. Let the world know how you reclaimed your power, how you turned the noise into fuel, and how you stepped into the life that was always meant for you. Your voice is your legacy. Let it be heard.